This video explains what we call 6-pack transmit mode, how it differs from standard mode, and when it makes sense to use it. In both modes, the device samples its GPS position and sensors the same way. The only difference is when the data is transmitted. An important note is that this is only available on devices using the Iridium SBD telemetry system. In standard mode, every time the device samples its position and sensors, it immediately transmits that data. Each position, along with its associated sensor and status values, is sent in its own packet. In 6-pack mode, the device still samples at the same period, but instead of transmitting each sample, it collects multiple samples and sends them together in a single packet. The data itself is the same. Nothing is lost, it's just grouped. Here's why 6-pack mode can be cost-effective. The default Pacific Gyre telemetry plan includes a minimum billing size of 100 bytes per packet. Whether you transmit 1 byte or 100 bytes, the cost is the same. Many simpler devices, those with GPS and only a few sensors, produce relatively small messages, often well under 16 bytes per sample. When 6 samples can be combined and still remain below the 100 byte limit, they can be transmitted together for the same cost as a single sample. When this condition is met, the advantage is clear. You pay for one packet, but you receive multiple positions. That reduces the cost per position, sometimes dramatically. However, this only works when the combined message size stays below the minimum billing threshold. Devices with more sensors, higher resolution data, or larger payloads may not support 6-pack mode. This also does not work with the Karth Drifter, which uses the one-way Globalstar simplex telemetry system. There is also a timing trade-off. Because the device waits to collect multiple samples before transmitting, the data is delivered in batches rather than immediately. Here's a simple example. If your device samples every 10 minutes and 6-pack mode is enabled, you will no longer receive new data every 10 minutes. Instead, you'll receive 6 positions together about once per hour. This is expected behavior, and is the trade-off for reduced transmission cost. So that's what 6-pack mode is, why it can reduce transmission cost, and the trade-off in data timing. If your device supports 6-pack mode, switching between standard mode and 6-pack mode is entirely under your control. In the next part of this video, I'll show you how to change sampling modes using the Pacific Gyre Web Data app. You can switch back and forth at any time, depending on whether cost efficiency or data immediacy is more important for your deployment. Let's take a look. First, go to data.pacificgyre.com and sign in. Next, using the hamburger menu, go to the Devices page. Select the device or devices you would like to update from the list. You can search as well as sort all the fields to find the devices you need. Now, on the right side of the screen, click the Commands tab. Select either the Set 6-pack Sampling On or Set 6-pack Sampling Off command. Confirm your intentions if asked. That's a quick overview of the 6-pack mode and how to switch between sampling modes in the Pacific Gyre Web Data app. If you have any questions or want help deciding which mode is right for your deployment, email us at info@pacificgyre.com. Thanks.